A new video has emerged capturing the intimate and heartwarming moment. Kristen Stewart, best known for her role as Bella Swan in the Twilight series, recited her wedding vows to now-wife Meyer. The ceremony, which took place in the bohemian enclave of Silver Lake in Los Angeles, reflected the couple's low-key but deeply personal approach to life and love. It unfolded in the eclectic charm of Casita del Campo, a Mexican restaurant beloved by locals for its colorful decor, margaritas, and relaxed vibe. Set against the soft rustle of nearby trees and the hum of the LA afternoon, Kristen and Dylan stood beneath a modest umbrella in the restaurant's cozy outdoor dining area. It was here that they exchanged their vows in a scene that was touching, quirky, and unmistakably theirs. The video, which quickly made the rounds among fans and celebrity watchers alike, showed Kristen, now 35, radiating a mix of nervousness and joy. Dressed in a taupe two-piece ensemble paired with a classic white t-shirt, she embodied a mix of old-school glamour and downtown LA edge. Dylan, 37, matched her soon-to-be wife's effortlessly cool vibe with a sheer top and silky taupe skirt that fluttered slightly in the warm breeze. Their wedding attire wasn't traditional, but then again, neither is their love story. Their style choices reflected not just who they are as individuals but the kind of life they want to live together: unconventional, stylish, intimate, and real. Friends and family gathered close but not too close, giving the couple just enough space to share their heartfelt moment without distraction while still surrounding them with love. The scene was softened by sunlight filtering through the leaves above, casting dappled shadows over a scattering of rustic wooden tables and the bright hand-painted walls of Casita del Campo. Among the whimsical touches that set the mood were two simple mugs bearing the word Mrs., which sat near the couple as quiet symbols of their union. Those tiny details, humble and personal, stood in for the elaborate floral arches and glitzy decor often found at celebrity weddings. It wasn't about showmanship, it was about connection. Kristen, who has starred in countless movies and faced thousands of cameras over the years, was visibly emotional as she took out her piece of paper and began to read her vows aloud. Her voice carried a mix of tremor and determination, like someone standing on the edge of a dream finally within reach. She paused once, flustered, fumbling with her mic, which drew gentle laughter from the crowd and brought a lighter tone to the already tender moment. It reminded everyone present that, beneath the Hollywood persona, she is just a woman madly in love, doing her best to articulate the depth of her feelings in front of the person who matters most. As Kristen read, her eyes were locked onto Dylan's. There was no pretense, no performance, only sincerity. At one point, Kristen reached out and took Dylan's hands into her own, a gesture that seemed to ground her as she continued. When it came time for Dylan to share her own vows, she also read from a piece of paper, her tone calm but full of warmth. Kristen was visibly moved by Dylan's words, her hand coming up to her face as she rubbed at her eyes, brushing away a tear. The vulnerability on display was raw and beautiful, a rare moment of authenticity in a world that often values image over truth. Although the couple had once expressed a desire to have Food Network's Guy Fieri officiate their wedding, a wish that Guy himself had reportedly said he'd be happy to fulfill, that didn't come to pass. Still, whoever did perform the ceremony did so with charm and creativity, even incorporating a whimsical prop clock into the proceedings, perhaps as a nod to the timeless nature of love or the importance of the moment. The officiant's tone struck just the right balance between heartfelt and humorous, ensuring that the ceremony was memorable for all the right reasons. As the ceremony progressed, the couple stood side by side, exchanging soft smiles, tender glances, and whispered words only they could hear. It was clear to everyone in attendance that this wasn't just a formal exchange of vows but the culmination of something they had been building for years, a partnership rooted in understanding, creativity, and shared experiences. Guests looked on, many smiling through misty eyes, capturing the scene with their phones or simply soaking in the love radiating from the couple. Though small in scale, the energy surrounding the ceremony was immense, an emotional atmosphere woven together by the histories of everyone present, as if all their shared memories had gathered to bless the moment. Behind Kristen and Dylan was the vibrant, colorful backdrop of Casita del Campo, with its mismatched chairs, mosaic tabletops, and garden string lights swaying gently in the breeze. The choice of venue wasn't random, it was deliberate, meaningful. Spoke to their preference for authenticity, for places that held character and charm rather than grandiosity. The restaurant, long a neighborhood staple, had been a favorite of theirs, perhaps even a place they dined at together during quieter moments in their relationship. To host their wedding, there was a declaration of values. Love should be comfortable, familiar, rooted in joy, and free from the weight of unnecessary expectations. Though Kristen and Dylan have both moved in celebrity circles for years, their romance has never felt like a publicity stunt. Instead, their love story has unfolded with a quiet sincerity, one that fans have grown to admire. When they reconnected in 2019, it wasn't with fireworks or splashy headlines. It was with subtle Instagram posts, candid public outings, and small glimpses into their world. Felt real, two people who had found each other again after years apart and who now seemed determined to hold on for good. Their story is one of those rare Hollywood romances that seems to grow deeper the longer it lasts, not in spite of the spotlight but in gentle resistance to it. Their road to the altar was not without its own quirks and turns. Kristen, during an interview on Howard Stern's show, confirmed their engagement and shared candidly how excited she was to marry Dylan. Her openness during that interview was striking, especially coming from someone who once guarded her privacy fiercely. It was a testament to how deeply she trusted Dylan and how ready she was to move into a new chapter of her life, one built not on secrecy but on shared celebration. She spoke with affection and pride, describing Dylan as her person, someone who made her feel seen and grounded. The engagement had followed months of speculation and public curiosity. In the summer of 2021, fans and the press alike noticed the couple wearing matching rings on their left hands, sparking rumors that they had already taken that next step. Kristen, who has always had a slightly mischievous relationship with the press, neither confirmed nor denied it at first. Instead, she let the curiosity build, knowing that when the time came, the real story would be told not through headlines but through the moments she shared with the person she loved. When she did speak about it, it was on her own terms and in her own voice. Their relationship had grown quietly yet steadily. They shared a deep artistic bond, Dylan being a talented screenwriter and Kristen expanding her creative scope into directing and producing. Conversations about scripts, character development, and storytelling likely blended into their day-to-day lives. Their home was probably filled with books, storyboards, music, and half-formed ideas waiting to be brought to life. This creative synergy, far from being competitive, seemed to be one of the foundations of their partnership. It wasn't just romantic love but professional respect, the kind that allows two people to push each other further without losing sight of themselves.